So we got to take a look at this little Kentucky pregame video one of their networks just dropped. See if we can get us hyped up. We already know the outcome of tonight. First, I gotta ask the chat what they know. Stuff. Collins, second best shooter on the team for Denzel Abbey. I was taking these videos, and this is pretty good quality. Like you could even tell in the close-ups and there's a reach of the camera.
This feels like the third time where Kentucky's kind of this season backed into a corner. You hope to see them fight out of that corner. Bottom line,
I, contrary to popular belief, don't believe Kentucky is back in the corner. I just believe their team comprised of mostly young kids, but with deep talent and dealing with a lot of injuries, which is hard for any team to go with, no matter who you are. So I think Kentucky's actually a very solid team, and I still think they can win the SEC.
This is another one of those must-win games for Kentucky.
There's no rah-rah. I don't got no rah-rah. You know, if you want to make it, you're going to make it. And that's a personal thing. So go out and show that your family, to the school, that you're tougher than what you showed last game. And that's taking steps. The tougher team will always win. Coach AB, let's bring it in.
I actually don't know who that is. The only coach I know is Mark Pope, but I'm sure he always speaks highly of the team he has around him because I watch these press conferences and I was to these press conferences. Actually, no, I might just react to one of those. It's a press conference before because I did watch it, but I never did it on stream. So while we wait for the game to start, I might throw on a press conference to cue it up in between chess games and whatnot.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Whichever team gonna win.
Welcome to Bud Walton Arena in Vegas.
I know. Kentucky joint with most of the players signed off on it. One thing is, I don't know where I want to put it. I was thinking about putting it behind here, but I feel like behind that I'm gonna have different things alternating in the background, depending on what I'm be talking about, honestly. So it might always change for the background, or I might just put it in front of me. I'm definitely gonna need a frame eventually. My mom had got this when she was out there with Kentucky.
Phil, as John Calipari faces his former program for the second time since becoming a Razorback. It is a packed house.
For those of you who don't know, John Calipari was the coach who completely, I wouldn't say gave Kentucky their name because they did win a chip in, I believe, 96. That's when Mark Pope was playing. But John Calipari basically made Kentucky what it is today. Now he's no longer the coach there.
House, a whiteout here in Fayetteville. The most anticipated game on the schedule.
Don't forget, bingo! That's what we dream of doing right here.
This guy right here, I would say, is the best leader in college basketball I've seen so far. He reminds me of, actually, I can't even tell you who he reminds me of because he truly does have his own style. He really does know the game. He understands what it takes to be a champion, but one thing he stresses on the kids on, and I've heard this from inside sources actually, he's actually good with helping them with their public speaking, how to enunciate, pronounce their words, speak clearly, things like that, which I haven't seen. I'm sure there probably are coaches doing it, but I'm personally not seeing any coach really like taking the time out to really sharpen up their vernacular and their vocabulary and stuff like that.
Kentucky had won 5 in a row.
A lot of people don't like with the fight starting and all that with Tego away, but personally, I think he's purposely doing that to get in the other team's heads, and it seems to have been working already. Really, are some of the things are necessary, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. We're playing for keeps out here. This is quite literally the big leagues now. These kids is getting paid in college.
Before getting blown out at Vanderbilt on Tuesday, they're 5-3.
If you found the catch, you know that the first half is important to have a good start, just like that, away to the rim.
Moreno with his back to the basket, out to Aberdeen for 3. Good start for Kentucky. Clock down to 10.
And it's one of the best guard in the SEC that I'll ever did watch when it's all said and done.
Step back 2 is good. Kentucky is 3 of 4 from the floor. But it tells you something early on this start to come out and play this well early on the road after the loss at Vandy.
Agreed, no question. A lot of boys are.
This is their largest lead on the road this season. 6 points.
That's incredible.
Pass to the corner. Chandler, quick three. Good.
That's
Three
the shot I'm
threes.
talking about.
Two
That's
threes.
the shot I'm talking about.
That's all Chandler got to do. The easiest job, well, not the easiest job in the world, obviously, but spot up shooter. Every team could use that spot up shooter, especially them white boys.
About Tom.
Brazil gets the offensive rebound but throws it into the backcourt. Chandler with the slam in transition. And a timeout by.
I saw in a post-game interview, Mark was saying the thing about Chandler is he could really intake the clutch moments. Like, he's naturally a competitor. He do what it takes. So you could see it in his eyes, even when he just dunked it right there. Like, he's showing that he's athletic as well as smart as well as
Brazil gets the offensive rebound but throws it into the backcourt. Chandler with the slam in transition. And a timeout by Coach Calipari with the score for 14-5.
It's the real celebrity right here, Coach Calipari.
Early on.
Driving on Oway. Kicks it out on the wing. Brazil's wide open. He hits it.
I think Brazil's a sophomore, but I said in the earlier stream, I think he can mess around and get drafted this next season.
You got to give up something against these guards.
A-Cup gets to it, misses again.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It's Brazil on Arkansas sophomore.
But cleaned up inside by Richmond and a chance at a three-point play.
Right off the screen from Garrison. Gives it back to Garrison on the roll. He comes into the paint. Pump fake. Goes right. Banks it up and in.
Garrison, a sophomore as well. I think he has room for growth. Not a draft pick just yet, but I think his role on Kentucky is to be that solid power forward, and hopefully he gets a better passing game. I've seen in certain clips in game, he'll get nice passes off, but I've also seen him turn the ball over, which is why I think he doesn't get as much minutes like that, even though he was one of the pieces on the team last year.
I would love to see that about 10 times a game out of him.
Noah in
This is my boy right here. Noah. He doesn't get much playing time either, but with everybody being, well, not everybody, but he got a lot of people injured on his team right now. He's one of those kids that just step up and get the job done and know exactly what to do. And you got to love that when you're a coach.
third perimeter player for Kentucky. Elevates. Long three is off the mark, and Noah comes in to grab the rebound. Gives it to Garrison. Garrison dribbles over to his left. Bounce pass.
That's just what I was talking about just now, that bounce pass from Garrison. If he could keep that in his game and keep consistent, there's no reason why he shouldn't be on the floor. Mark Pope typically uses his bigs and funnels his offense through his bigs, and our offense called zoom action for my basketball heads who's really watching.
Oway dunks and a foul on Arkansas. A pretty feat.
I think Oway might mess around and get hurt too, the way he's like all explosive players are more prone to get hurt. And the way he dunks, goes at people, he's not afraid of contact. It's all fun and games. It's fun to watch. Yeah, he's the high scoring guard, but we cannot afford another injury at any circumstance, especially him.
On a backdoor cut from Garrison, hit Oweh right in stride for the one-handed flush. It angles into the middle, another physical Garrison screen. Pull up three from the top. Good. Garrison backing down against Ewing.
Yeah, I can see my boy Denzel being the second round draft pick at least. I know it's early and all that, but like, come on, the efficiency is there, the defense is there. What else you need?
Ball knocked away, he gets it back. Fall away 10-footer off the glass.
And all the buckets he gets in college, he could get in the NBA.
It's no good. Tap back to Garrison. Banks it up and in from straight out in front of the glass. Went down the lane, goes to the rim. Blocked out of bounds by Diabate.
Right now, it's all Wildcat basketball. A terrific start. Exactly what they need.
Rebound like that. Rebound. Okay, rebound. Hey, I told you. Big time, good job. Listen, every time we set a screen, we're getting great stuff on a ball. That was a big time screen. We got him a wide open three. Right? It's a great screen.
Every time they go down the screen, so look at the bench, he open.
All right. Okay. Way to rebound the ball.
See right there, I like how there's room to offer your input. There's room to not necessarily overtalk the coach or cut him off. That's not what he's doing. He's just making sure everybody on the same page and inserting what he saw on the floor, being hands-on, which I don't mind. And you can see Mark Pope doesn't mind either, and he encourages that, and he encourages feedback from his team. They have a nice, respectful dynamic, and this is where chemistry really comes from. Right here, speaking, talking, communicating. And I will also say they're one of the only basketball teams I see that truly talk on both sides of the floor. I'm watching every college team. I rarely see, the only team I really see doing this is Arizona. It's really speaking on both ends of the floor and communicating, and that shows in the amount of turnovers they have is less.
So Acuff getting a breather for Arkansas Brazil with a take.
I think he was over the square on the backboard with two hands. And I think that was
Acuff getting a breather for Arkansas Brazil with a take and a slam. 4 quick Arkansas points. Drive. Nice! And Richmond is there for the block.
Terrific timing.
Transition.
Low-key, this isn't really showing the true vibes of what the game was at first. Acuff was very off at the beginning of the game. They actually had 2 of their starters. I can't name the stat off the top of my head, but 2 of their starters on Arkansas didn't even score. Did not even score. And Acuff was off. Acuff didn't start scoring until toward the end of the first half and the rest of the game.
Is what Arkansas feeds off of, and they got the run out and the bucket there, and the lead's down to 5, and they're on their feet at Bud Walton Arena.
You know Acuff from Detroit, you could tell by the braids.
And for some reason, we're all chasing guys over here. The first 10 minutes of the game, we were packing the paint.
My boy right here, Jane Quaintance, I'm telling you, if we get him back, nobody can say anything.
Pack the paint. They want to score the rim. So when someone's driving here, there should be a 5-man. Hey, a 5-man should be all the way here in the bottom. A smash should be there. We should take care of it.
Arkansas 2 of 3 in the strike. What a great spin by Richmond.
Now we're set up by some pick and roll action.
Lets it fly. Good! Take the left wing.
I'll take it.
Richmond lobs for Ewing, who catches and throws it down in one motion.
Gets to the rim, missed it. Rebounded by Diabate. Banks it up and in with a putback.
Catch and shoot. Noah swishes through a 3.
Oh, they could use that.
Well, the shoot. Chandler drives into a lane. Jump stop. Leans in. Flips it up. And it goes in and he got fouled. Strong finish.
Kentucky, its first lead at half in a true road game this season.
I feel like we did a good job. Oh, you did a good job driving, picking. They're collapsing.
Look at this communication in the locker room. I don't think I'm gonna start watching more videos like this with other teams because I really want to see if whether or not in the locker room the players really have voices as they should because they're the ones on the court. But at the same time, they are also, kids, and they shouldn't be doing most of the talking. That's not their job. That's the coach's job, obviously. But is there healthy banter? From the outside looking in, they're definitely looking like healthy banter from the coach and the players and good rapport.
My mama came in with 7 rebounds.
No dip.
What?
You still have all my rebounds. I see him flying right behind me.
Trent, unbelievable job on it.
I wonder what that was on Mo's shoulder. It looked like it was a shoulder brace, just like the one Jalen Lowe had on. For those of you who don't know, Jalen Lowe went out on a shoulder injury, and he was our bread and butter point guard, honestly, in terms of keeping the game smooth, controlling, and he was a lefty, so he brought that to the table with good finishing technique.
That's freaking crazy. Okay, offensively right now, you guys have done a great job protecting the ball. You just are winning every 50-50 ball. You guys are quicker to the ball. Okay, we're winning 50-50 balls. Keep doing that. Keep being quick and loose to the ball and go win 50-50 balls. It's been a winning equation for us. All right, boys. Hey, let's come out and start this half the same way we started last one. Physical contact on every single play. Let's go, boys. Start again. Yeah, let's do this again.
So critical for Kentucky to hold on to the lead in the first 4 minutes.
A-Cup driving an O-way. Feeds inside and turns it over. Kentucky trying to run. Aberdeen takes it himself and lays it home on the reverse.
A terrific pass by Chandler.
Brazil, corner launch. Hits a three.
He hands it to Oway on the wing. 8 to shoot. Oway driving baseline right. Gives it to Moreno for the dunk right under the bucket.
That's all you needed.
Moreno picks it up on a switch. And Ewan on the left baseline goes up and
Low key, that was a foul right there, wasn't it? Did he come down? Did he come down here or no? Hold on. Malachi, my boy, but I just want to see because he fouled.
8 to shoot. Oway driving baseline right. Gives it to Moreno for the dunk right under the bucket.
That's all you needed.
Moreno picks it up on a switch. And Ewan on the left baseline goes up and scores it.
I would have called that if I was a ref, low key, but I can see why you wouldn't call it.
Turns down the three, drives, left hand leaner, goes in.
Still got it to go.
A-Cup and try to take Garrison, crossing him over. Ball's down, but passes to the corner to Brazil.
Low key, that was good defense by Garrison. Now, he was right in front of him the whole time, and that's a guard. Garrison is more forward.
Close out from Diabate, and a technical foul on Brandon Garrison.
I don't even know what he said to get that technical foul. I feel like people go back and forth with each other with the lips at college all the time. So it's what do we even? What's the criteria? What's the exact rule? Can you talk? Can you not talk?
A-Cup has it swatted away by Diabate.
But I love the way Mo Diabate played. He reminded me of me sometimes when I was in high school.
And another technical foul. Yep. And that's on Diabate.
That obviously should not have been a technical foul at all.
And I think what happened is he taunted A-Cup on the drive.
How is that? Here's the thing. What is the specific rule? What about that is taunting? You can't block the ball and look at the camera. There's been people who literally yelled and cursed in other people's faces.
A-Cup has it swatted away by Diabate. And another technical
He says something, but
foul. Yep. And that's on Diabate.
And I think what happened is he taunted A-Cup on the drive.
The third technical on Kentucky.
That's third. I think Mark Pope, the coach, is actually the one that gets the fourth technical. I can't remember specifically what happened, but we'll see.
It's going to head to Aberdeen. They got to get it over. They have a second to get it over, and they did not. It's a 10-second backcourt violation.
Technical foul on Mark Pope.
Wow.
So there you see, it was a technical foul on Mark Pope. I don't know. He never even specified what he actually said. We'll see if we could get in the press conference after.
Fourth technical foul on Kentucky. Richmond hammers it home to give Arkansas its first lead of the night. Kentucky ball trailing for the first time tonight. Oway on the cut, underneath, scores.
Great cut, great pass by Garrison.
Another great pass by Garrison. That's what he does. I'm telling you, with these bigs who know how to pass, there's always going to be a place for you on the court, man. If you could post up, kick it out to a shooter, you can run entire offenses off just that alone, just being in the right position.
They sit down.
Acock for three. The crowd's not going to be sitting down for a while. Arkansas's won 17 in a row at home.
Nice.
Acock attacks and scores again. Acock is taken over here in the second half.
As the Hogs go in front 57-53. Timeout Kentucky with 12:18 to play.
You see that? That's a leadership trait right there. He's not even one of the team's leaders, I would say. I mean, physically, honestly, if you're talking about performance, he could be one of the team's leaders because he's always the one to bring that physicality, that intensity, and teams need that when they're dead, when they're flat, especially with a team like Kentucky that has problems when they first start off in games. They start off a bit slow. They don't score as much as they want. They need that spark in this team.
Yes. Let's do it. Hey, guys, we're right where we want to be.
Right where we want to be, man.
Kentucky needs one.
Need some points out of this possession.
Aberdeen deep on the left, goes off two screens, takes it all the way over to the right side, over to Chandler, D3 off the left wing. Go!
Shooter, man. Yeah, that's him. I'm honestly might look up his stats too because for the minutes he plays, he's so valuable.
Take that.
Acock driving, fires in the lane, and turns it over. Way ahead of.
I saw on Instagram somebody say he gets all his points off fast break points. That's clearly not true. He does make, young decisions at times, and he does, do a bit too much with the aggressiveness. But if you watch him play, he's actually a lefty, and he could shoot the ball sometimes confidently off a spot-up shoot, as well as, go to the rim explosively.
The pass with the slam in transition, and that ties the game at 59. Richmond fires down court.
See, fundamentals, man. Even the biggest, college dudes is pros to me. So even the pros is making these mistakes. Malachi got to be seeing ball and seeing man, no matter where you are on the court, especially as a big man.
And that ties the game at 59.
Watch, Malachi only looking at his man. That's how that pass able to get over right there. That's how that pass able to get over right there. One more time.
Transition, and that ties the game at 59. Richmond fires down court. Ewan at the rim. Moreno with the rejection.
Away top of the circle, between the legs a couple of times. Goes left, gets in deep, puts it up and in.
Yes, just take it.
Kentucky back in front by 2. 8.5 to go.
The baseline. He goes underneath. Pump fake goes up and got hammered. And
see, this was strange because, yes, that was physical, and he kind of stepped over him. And I'm glad it was called, but I don't even necessarily think that was on purpose. I think the ball just hit him, and he stepped over a bit, like in the scuffle of it being a physical game. It was 4 technicals before that.
That's a technical foul.
Technical foul on Ewan of Arkansas. Deep on the right, 10 to shoot.
And there you see Oway again, always trying to get in the other team's head, always trying to say something to stir the pot. I think it's strategic. I really do.
Bounce pass to Moreno. Dunks it in off the pick and roll.
7-0 Kentucky run.
Corner to Thomas. He fakes the 3, drives, up it up and in off the glass. Nice shot.
Big time shot.
Brazil drives the lane. Contested shot goes in. That was a tough shot. No good. Rebounded by Moreno. Put it back up and in.
Hey, don't worry about the rest. Do what we do. Do what we do. So we're going to guard the best we can. All right, hey. We're stopping the rebound. Hey, go.
Fast break points, 9-2 Kentucky. Holding Arkansas to 2 fast break points is huge.
Well, that's almost impossible.
Arkansas is known as a fast break team, so that's why you're saying it was huge. It was holding the 2 fast break points. That's Kentucky's thing. They play defense and they could be tough when they got to be tough. They could beat any team when they have to play. I'm telling you, any team. And $22 million went into making the roster, for those of you who don't know. But now, I don't know how much the roster is exactly worth with all these injuries. But it's worth something.
Throws it out to Diabate. 10 seconds. He hands it to Owe. Owe gets down the lane. Goes to the rim. It's good.
Yes.
Foul on Arkansas. Throws it out to Owe. 7 to shoot. Owe drives. Baseline left. By his man. Fouled by Acuff. He got it.
Foul too, because that's gonna make him more cautious when that's like their star scorer, especially in this game when the other two starters are anything getting buckets.
Step took advantage. 78-70. Rolls it in. 79-70. Kentucky. Aberdeen needs to get it into somebody. Throws it into backcourt to Chandler.
Keep going. Keep
Drives
going.
by his man. Goes down the lane. Pivots. Fall away. 10-footer.
Oh, man. That's perfect. That's perfect execution.
Another big shot for Collins.
Get to the paint. Need help.
Goes by Owe. It's in deep and it throws it out to the left corner. Wide open three. Brazil. Air ball. Tipped back to Acuff. Blocked by Moreno. And Diabate comes out with it and he gets fouled with 35.8 seconds.
The Nuggets playing Knicks right now. We about to score that.
And the Arkansas fans start heading for the exits. What a win for the Kentucky Wildcats.
And that's crazy. They started trying to beat the traffic after that.
As they come to Fayetteville, beat John Calipari and the 15th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks by the final score of 85-77.
They don't even do too much when they get back to the locker room after a win. It's just like another night at the office for them.
You guys came here in probably the toughest environment in the SEC, besides Rupp, and you did what we do, man. It wasn't about fame.
And he said the toughest environment in the SEC beside Rupp, because Rupp is their arena. That's their home court, and that's what he encourages, for everything to be tough, nothing easy, nothing given. This is Mark Pope's second year. They didn't do too good last year, but I think he's doing his thing this year no matter what the outside is saying. I know I'm not in the popular opinion with that, but that's what I think.
It wasn't about emotion. It wasn't about hate or heart or it was about like, we're going to go do what we do. I'm super proud of you, man. Unfreaking believable job. Let's go home.
Let's go. Let me cue up the last press conference real quick. Maybe we get a game of chess in too while we wait for that to queue up and stuff like that. What other games y'all watching tonight besides Kentucky and Oklahoma City and Nuggets and Knicks? And who got the Nuggets and Knicks score for me? I need that. So he did his interview with Ortega Owe and now got Moreno after the Arkansas West Wrestling going. But first, we're going to get some checks. I've been on a losing streak lately. I ain't gonna hold y'all for too distracted. I ain't fixing to leave on sport. Yeah. Seen this opening before. Well, obviously, he wants to take this car right here, so I gotta put some insurance on it. The question is how. Yeah, car's still fire now. trying to take us on the play. Yo, I'm only on 1 minute. I'm down. Well, I think I was at a 10-minute game. That's funny how. I'm gonna get 11 seconds to play. So you just look at anything. No, new game. Oh, this is where you gotta specify. I'm bugging. I thought I had it on 10 already. Let's try this again. Right. Anybody. Alright, cool. And I'm white. Yo, why does it keep? I'm bugging. Select this. Oh, I guess you got that. No, it should say 10 minutes. I got to see I clicked on use this site for chess.com. It's not working. You're scared to play. You're scared to play. Let me see if the video keyed up. Oh, I don't think they keyed up. I'll see if I fix that. Let's get the video ready for you to throw on Mark Pope at the safe for the house. What are you talking about? So.
You know, they brought the intensity. It was a really good game from start to finish.
Did they bring the intensity, or did you bring the intensity? You the only one from Brick City trying to fight everybody. Like, oh, we get it, brother. We get it.
And you know, it was a really fun environment to play in. But you know, shout out to us for getting that dub. Any questions? Yeah.
You see, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Mark Pope always make sure they ask what they're supposed to be asked. Speaking clearly and concisely. And O actually has a problem with speaking low. A lot of people have that problem, but I see now with Mark Pope here, he's noticeably better in the interview. It's easier to understand.
Coach, you joked after that Ole Miss game about the first half struggles, and finally got a halftime lead, jumped out to a crazy start tonight. How did that feel to finally accomplish that and have a trickle over to the second half?
I'm happy for our guys. Our guys were really intentional the last couple of days. You know, together with the staff, they changed some of our routine, which I think these guys can comment on, see if it helped at all. In practice the last 2 days, we had a huge emphasis on a first 4 minutes, 6 minutes of a scrimmage each day, and the guys really worked. It's hard in practice to simulate the intensity of a game, but these guys really tried to do that, and so it really came from our team and our staff of figuring out a better way to approach this. And it doesn't guarantee that we're not going to have slow starts, but it certainly was a credit to our guys for being ready to go from the tip tonight. I thought they were terrific.
Mark, 3 technicals in 38 seconds.
That's got to be some kind of record. 3 technical fouls in 38 seconds. That's not a record.
They take the lead briefly. The gym gets probably twice as loud as it had been all night. What did you think of your guys' composure from that point on to stay in it and stay in the game and obviously win?
Yeah, so I would like to clean up all 3 of those technicals. I'd like to clean them up. I'd like to have just a tiny bit more discipline, but
When he says clean them up, does he mean challenge them to the SEC condition and get them redacted? Or like clean them up in terms of within his house and like little sloppy mistakes? I assume he means little sloppy mistakes that the players are making that they can fix.
But what I love about that stretch is the guys' fight and determination. And so even with the 3 techs happening back to back, I felt like it was coming from exactly the right place in our team, that we are searching for that core of like fight and like undaunted competitive spirit. And it just overflowed a tiny bit, but we felt right. We felt right. You know, the techs were after like really extraordinarily competitive plays. And so we definitely have to be a little more disciplined, but I actually, the gym felt good at that point.
Sorry about that. Peter restarted on me. I'm sure normally it gives you a warning, but I don't know if the live stream overstimulated it. You just restarted it automatically or what? We're going to get back to it. We're going to see what Mark Pope is saying in this press conference. Share screen.
Except for that Ole Miss game about the first half struggles and how you finally got a halftime lead, jumped out to a crazy start tonight. How did that feel to finally accomplish that and have it trickle over to the second half?
I'm happy for our guys. Our guys were really intentional the last couple of days. You know, together with the staff, they changed some of our routine, which I think these guys can comment on, see if it helped at all. In practice the last 2 days, we had a huge emphasis on the first 4 minutes, 6 minutes of a scrimmage each day, and the guys really work. It's hard in practice to simulate the intensity of a game, but these guys really tried to do that, and so it really came from our team and our staff of figuring out a better way to approach this. And it doesn't guarantee that we're not going to have slow starts, but it certainly was crazy.
I don't think you should commit to any solo starters. Keep doing what you're doing, keep switching it up, keep changing it around with the team that you're going to play.
Credit to our guys for being ready to go from the tip tonight. I thought they were terrific.
Mark, 3 technicals in 38 seconds. They take the lead briefly. The gym gets probably twice as loud as it had been all night. What did you think of your guys' composure from that point on to stay in it and stay in the game and obviously win?
Yeah, so I would like to clean up all 3 of those technicals. I'd like to clean them up. I'd like to have just a tiny bit more discipline. But what I love about that stretch is the guys' fight and determination. And so even with the 3 techs happening back to back, I felt like it was coming from exactly the right place in our team, that we are searching for that core of like fight and like undaunted competitive.
So what it sounds like he's saying is he embracing the ghetto stuff. He's like, it's one thing to be competitive, but to incite violence in the college sporting event is quite strange. Not that he's inciting it, but you do at a certain level have to reprimand that as a coach and as a leader. So I do find that a bit strange, but I ain't gonna question it.
Spirit, and it just overflowed a tiny bit, but we felt right. We felt right. You know, the techs were after like really extraordinarily competitive plays, and so we definitely have to be a little more disciplined. But I actually, the gym felt good at that point. It felt like, man, these guys are here to fight. And so, yes, we can clean up a little bit, but I wouldn't trade the heart of it for anything. We just got to be just a tiny bit more disciplined.
Mark, you guys only had 7 turnovers tonight. I mean, they didn't have many either, but just how valuable was that with the way Arkansas can get out on the fast break for taking care of the ball?
It was really important. They're the second most points per game in transition of any team in the country. They're great in transition, and so it helped us to make a few shots early. That certainly helped us. But our guys' diligence in protecting the ball. So in the first half, actually, Arkansas did.
When you say our guys is diligent protecting the ball, the main one is protecting the ball at a high level on the team. I think there's numbers to back that.
A great job getting deflections and earning some 50-50 balls, and we won most of them. And some of that's good fortune, and some of it's our guys being loose enough and intense enough to go get them. But those 50-50 balls we won in the first half were massively important because it saved some of those transition possessions. So it's one of the things that Arkansas does best, and we managed it tonight the best probably that we could have.
On that note, Trent was one of the main people that contributed to that.
It's my boy. He's from KSR Sports Radio. He actually gives pretty decent takes, and he's been covering the team for over 4 years now, I think. So you should check him out.
9 and 7. What was there anything that he didn't practice or anything to suggest that something like this was coming for him?
Yeah, I think these guys would say the same thing. And when we came to this morning, sometimes you see guys' eyes up, and it looked like Trent thought the rims literally were like 7 feet wide. Did you guys feel that from him?
Yeah, he was feeling good for sure.
And Trent's got a great physicality about him, and he's a great.
That's what I was saying earlier. Trent, you get the job done. You have to get the job done. Even coming off the bench, even if he's not an integral player in the starting lineup. These are very usable pieces that are skills.
Ball protection guy, and he was great on the glass for us tonight. We talk about clean 15 is one of our concepts on the glass, and he was huge. He had 2 big defensive rebounds early in his first rotation, and you kind of felt like, oh, he feels right.
Mark, what can you say about your team, your players' resilience after the last things went Tuesday to bounce back and get this kind of win, hand Arkansas their first home loss of the season?
Yeah, I talked to, we're on a journey.
I was just switch home on something. Actually, no, I did. They said that during the last time we lost at home was last year in February.
We're on a journey, and it might not be the journey that anybody anticipated, whatever. But I love it. I tell you, I've never coached a team like this. To be dead and buried like we were, and to take all the heat and hate that these guys have taken, and then just keep saying, you know what, doesn't matter. We're coming back, man. We're coming back. And in all fairness, some of it's been self-inflicted, right? But the guys are just like, we're coming back. And this performance tonight from our guys, their intentionality and focus in this game, shorthanded. We're down to really, really limited rotation right now, and with all the stuff for them to come here and do this is, I'm just like, I keep saying this. I don't really say it I didn't say it after we got cooked by Vandy, but I've said this a lot. Like, don't miss it, man. Because this for what it is, if we could just take this for what it is, it's pretty. What these guys did tonight was awesome.
Mark, 2-parter about each of these guys. Just first off, the defense on Darius, especially in the first half, and especially Otega. Just what did you think of that?
Yeah.
And then Malachi coming out in the second half, it just seemed like he was kind of always in the mix under the basket.
Yeah. I mean, Otega he is on his way, man, to proving that he is one of the best in the country, guarding everybody. And Darius Acuff is as good a player as there is in the country. He's special, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's really incredible. And Otega's effort. You think about it, Otega has so much that he has to do for this team. He played 38 minutes tonight. He's got to do everything on the offensive end, the defensive end, and if you ask him, he does all the coaching also. So he just is. I'm really happy for him. He's working really hard. And Malachi Moreno is fun to watch him grow. Malachi's in a place right now where we're trying to find ways to force feed him the ball because he's making such good decisions. I mean, you walk into this gym with all the build up and all of our this dramatic roller coaster ride we've been in and all the uncertainty and we're play calling for Malachi to put the ball in his hands in the post early at the first play of this game in a really complicated decision-making process where he's actually got a progression of reads that I've actually never asked a big to do exactly this way, and his poise was unbelievable. And so he felt like the biggest guy on the court today. His presence was really special, and so I'm proud of both these guys.
Looks like you're going off of that. You've only had 2 conference games now without 20 points. How's it feel to be the guy on Kentucky and lead your team to big ones like today?
It feels good. Anytime we get in the win column, I'm happy regardless of what I put up. For real, I just try and go out there and, have a super high motor. I feel like if I do that, I could help put the team in a good position to win. And, like I said, anytime we get in the win column, it's just an amazing feeling. So I'm just grateful for it.
Peggy, this one's also for you. I mean, you played in so many college games. Where does this one rank just on the intensity scale? Because it just seems like both teams were really going at it, and the officials had to separate a few times.
Yeah, I can only speak for recent games, so I'll say this is definitely up there. I say top 2. Yeah, top 2.
What's the other one?
I know what it is.
I say Tennessee. That one was pretty good.
The other one you started to fight at?
Well, we've had a couple actually. So
we got a lot of.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
We have a lot of drama.
Nail biters. So maybe.
I thought he was going to say last year Oklahoma.
Oh, see, we got a lot of nail biters. So
SEC tournament.
I can't categorize them all, but this one was definitely up there. It was really fun.
You a dog.
You should.
Mark, you guys hit 11 of your first 13 shots, and then in the second half, you shot 61% from the field. I guess just offensively, was there anything you guys were doing to generate good looks, or was it just kind of shots were just falling today?
I thought our guys were pretty disciplined. And listen, we made more shots in the first 12 minutes than we did at Vandy. That was really helpful for us. But I thought our guys did a great job. They had some real poise. I'm telling you, if you go back and watch the first possession and you watch Malachi's decision-making in the very first possession, our guys' willingness to kind of do a weak side progression, a top progression, and then kind of finish it up. It was good. Like, our guys had a little bit of a poise about them. And I'm going to say it's because of their commitment to, like, practicing getting to an emotionally peak place to start the game, that it felt a little more comfortable. We'll see how that bears out, but I was proud of these guys' effort for doing it. And I think when you do that, it gives you a better chance to make shots. I think the guys, it wasn't a huge assist game for us. We only had 11 assists, but it was guys making.
I wonder how many of these assists he does.
Plays to put other people in positions where they could actually go to work with an advantage. And so I think guys did a nice job tonight earning stuff for each other.
Mark, with the adversity you face this season, come into this environment, this team, play like you did and fight like you did, what does that say about you as a coach? What does it say about this team?
I don't think it says much about me as a coach, but I think it says a lot about our guys. This is a we are I think we're a SMH team right now. Shake my head a little bit in a beautiful way. Like I love every. Is that too old? That was like 10 years ago. Sorry, I'm dated. Blame that on the Pope girls. They're supposed to keep me more up to date. But I love it. I'm really blessed to be able to coach these guys, and they just keep finding a way to fight back. And it doesn't matter how much is. We talked about this a couple of days ago. We talked about, everybody has feelings, and feelings are important, but so what? We're going to go do our job. We're going to go be great. And
that's facts, and that's a life lesson, too. Everybody has feelings. But at the end of the day, you got to do your job, man. You got to do your job.
And these guys they just continue to inspire, man. They're just like, heap it on. Like, heap on the hate and heat and all the other stuff. And these guys keep answering the bell. And it's pretty fun to be a part of, man. It is awesome. It's awesome. And in that sense, we'll see. I think we have a great future this season, and I think we're going to win a lot of games and have an epic run. And maybe the story about this team is going to be even more important than that with what they're doing right now. It's pretty awesome.
Last one. Mark, like you said, you've been in a bunch of wars that have gone on this season so far. What do you think the qualities from this team so far can translate maybe in March in the second half?
Yeah, it was, well, we're not going to be in any situations we haven't seen for sure. We managed to do that. I'm happy. When we put this team together, and granted, our roster is so different than it was 5 months ago, but when we were working out in the summer, the thing that stuck out to me was our team's competitive spirit. Like, we just had this beautiful competitive spirit. It was awesome. And then for maybe 100 different reasons, it just felt like we were having a tough time getting it out in games. And then you think about these guys' last 7 games, and you think about their competitive spirit. Like, it's epic. I don't know if I've been on a 7-game stretch where guys have shown more self-destructiveness and incredible resilience in a stretch, and it's awesome. It's really fun. So I think it says a lot about our guys' character and their refusal to kind of stop, and it's inspiring. I think it's really inspiring.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, appreciate it, guys.
All right, and there we have it. I'm about to go get me some pizza. Let's start the game up. Let's about to start that game. See this quick dub. No feedback on stream. All right, have a good night.